welcome back to another Shop My Stash. This time it's for August. So this is the kind of video where I pick out makeup that I want to use for the coming month from my makeup collection, and I just put it into a smaller organizer. And that's the makeup I'm going to be using for the coming month, and it really helps me to focus on different kinds of products, and it helps me to rotate my makeup so that I can be able to use my entire makeup collection. And I also, by kind of pushing myself into using a certain product for a whole month, it helps me realize that I either maybe love it even more than I thought, or I actually end up not really loving it at all and I want to declutter it, or I'll find out that it doesn't work for me, maybe it's the wrong color, maybe it's too old, all those kinds of things. And it's easier for me not to go out and buy something new because I can just use whatever I have already in my collection. So it's a way of saving money in a way and still have fun with the makeup that I have. I'll talk a little bit about the makeup I used in July, and I'll show you what I'm going to put in instead. Some of it I'm going to keep. Some of the makeup is in my project pan, so I'm not going to talk too much about those products. Yeah, let's just jump right in. So I think we're going to start with this one. This is the Essence My Power Hydrate and Prime Mist. Mine is in Fire because I'm born in August. And this is a new product for me. I've only had this for like a month or so, and I can't really get myself to use it. I've used this maybe twice this month. I kind of forget about it, but that might be a bad sign since it's in my small chosen makeup collection for the month and I still won't be able to remember it. I do think it breaks me out, but again, I haven't used it enough to say for sure that it does. I'm not impressed with it. I don't feel like it does anything at all. This might as well be just water. But I just got sucked into this. The whole idea of this product was very intriguing to me. I don't want to throw it out right away because I just purchased it and I really want to make it work, but so far it just hasn't. But I'm going to keep it in there along with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I love this thing. This is probably like my favorite setting mist, not for actually setting my makeup, because I don't feel like the makeup lasts any longer with this, but I just feel like my skin feels nicer. I think I look more glowy. I feel more fresh. It's just a feeling with this one. Like every time I do my makeup, I use this. There's still so much product left. I don't know why. The mist is so fine. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see that, but and the scent is like light coconutty. So if you hate the smell of coconut, you're not gonna like this, but it is so good. Next, I think it's time to rotate my face primer. I only have two. So I've been using the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer, which I love, but I also really like this one, the Catrice Prime and Fine Smoothing Refiner for Invisible Pores and Lines. This is like a putty primer, and someone dug their finger into it. I'm not going to mention any names, but it was my daughter. She loves just playing around with my empty containers and stuff and just acting like she applies makeup. It's so cute. Next, by the way, if I look like grayish in my face, it's because I tried a sample of was it Clinique foundation, and it was too dark and it was like grayish. So excuse my foundation. And I'm also trying something new on my lips, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, so yeah. But the Isadora BB cream is a tiny bit too light for me now, and I just want to make sure I get some use out of this Kiko Universal Fit Hydrating Foundation in Cool Rose. This was in Blonde Beige, and it's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit too. I mean, I can still make it work, but again, I want to get some use out of this one. This is the darkest foundation I have in my collection, and it's getting older, so I would love to use it up, but I'm not sure if I will be able to. I also kind of want to repurchase this one because it's so good. Great for dry skin. I have normal to dry skin, sensitive skin, so keep that in mind when I talk about some of these products. I also think I'm going to give this Makeup Store Easy Cover All Mix Concealer a rest as well. I've been using this for months and months. It's a little bit light, I feel like. I mean, I can still make it work, and it's a lovely product, especially in the summertime. It's a little bit drying in the winter time. I'm ready to focus more on this e.l.f. I think it's called the HD concealer. They put the smallest stickers on these e.l.f. products. I'm not able to read it, and sometimes it doesn't say at all, but this says Color Fair, and that's it. It says e.l.f. and that's it, but I think it's the HD concealer, and it covers great. I hope that I will be able to repurchase once I use this up, because this is working on its last leg. Is that what you say? There's not much product left in this. I think I put this in my project pan, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to focus on this one for the coming month. The NYX Away We Glow Liquid Booster is also staying in my monthly makeup stash just to get some use out of it. I mainly use it for highlighting my décolleté and my shoulders. For powder, I think I'm just going to let this stay in my monthly stash. This is the e.l.f. Contour Palette, and I have everything I need. I'm not going to show it. Well, I'll show you this because I have a product in my project pan, and I don't want to show you the progress just yet. But I have my highlighter, powder, and contour and bronzer in this kit, and I love it so much. So I'm going to use the powder and the highlighter that's in there. And then also, I'm going to put this Mineral Powder Glazel bronzer back into my collection, and I'm going to pull this in. The Bronze from Model Co. Shimmer Bronzing Powder. This is my darkest bronzer, but it's also my most loved bronzer. I love the look and the effect that this gives. And it's actually, if you're light-handed, it works on fair skin as well, I think. I'm also going to keep my Makeup Mecca Hypnotic Metallics Highlighter Palette. I didn't get too much use out of this the last month because this is so easy to grab. I tend to use the highlighter that is in this palette, but this highlighter is very, very natural and just almost to the point where it's not really showing too much. So if I want a real glow, I use this one. And I also like to use this palette when I want to highlight my inner corners. Well, it depends if I want to go for a natural look or what, but yeah, so I'm gonna keep both of those in. And for blush, I did have the NYX Pinched, and this is such an old blush, but it worked out great. I loved this throughout the month. I used it a lot, but I also used this Lily Lolo Mineral Blusher in Clementine just as much. So I love both of these, and these are so old, so I don't know what to do about it, but I'm going to put it back into my collection, and I'm going to pull in this H&M blusher in Sweet Rose. I've had this for quite a while as well. I don't know if you can see. it's a beautiful blush, and I think I'm actually just gonna pull in this one and see if I can get some use out of this and see if I still like it and if it still works and is pigmented enough. And then for eyes, I'm going to put the MAC's Painterly Paint Pot back into my collection. I've used this for quite a while now. I still love it so much. It is probably my favorite. It's unfortunately not cruelty free. Neither is this. Well, it depends on how you look at it, but I think okay, now I'm not sure. I was going to say that Too Faced is cruelty free on its own, but their parent company is not. I'm going to have to look that up again. I just kind of try to remember which companies I don't align with and just keep away from them, and then I don't always remember the history behind each company, so I'm sorry about that. As for eyeshadow, I have been using these two in the month of July. The Pastels palette that I got from Beauty Bay, I think I got this in May, maybe April, maybe May. Not too long ago. I've been using this tons. I have it on my lower lash line today. Yes, I'm going to keep this around for August as well and keep playing with it. It brings me so much joy. But I'm going to put back the ColourPop Take Me Home palette. This was a beautiful 6-pan eyeshadow palette, neutral, beautiful palette, and I did get quite a bit of use out of it. It's almost to the point where I would call it a little bit boring for my liking. Like, I think people who doesn't care really about makeup and just want some easy, natural, everyday eyeshadows, I think these are perfect. But if you want to play around a little bit more with colors, and this is just not enough for the entire month. I'm really glad I could combine it with this colorful palette so I wouldn't be too bored, because this just didn't do it for me on its own. But it's a great travel palette. It's overall a great palette. It's just, I'm ready for something new. So I'm gonna pull in these oldies but goodies. They're even in the older packaging. They're not too old for me. This is the Wet n Wild Trios, and now they're not even sold as trios anymore. I think there's one or two, maybe more additional eyeshadows. I got these on sale before Wet n Wild was known not to be cruelty free anymore. So I mean, I really enjoyed having these in my collection, but I often forget about them. Oh my gosh, my daughter doesn't forget about them. She digs, and I mean digs, into these. So they look, I don't know if you can see, but they look terrible. This is I'm getting Sunburned, and Sweet as Candy, and Silent Treatment, and Walking on Eggshells, which is maybe the classic one that everyone, or a lot of people know of. And there's also one shade that I've kind of been missing this month, and it is the Makeup Store Single Micro Shadow in Ruby. So it's straight up orange, an orange eyeshadow, and I would love to play around with this combined with the Pastels palette and maybe some colorful eyeliners. And yeah, so I just want to include it for this month, and also see if I can get some use out of this Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in Smoldering Satin. So these are beautiful, but they stay in my makeup collection because these are not like an everyday makeup kind of thing. It's a little bit more for special occasions, but I want to play around with it a little bit and see if I can work it into a more everyday look so I can get some more use out of it, because I know that this is, if it's not expired, it's probably gonna expire within the next few months, I'm guessing, because they don't last too long. It's a liquid and I've had it for a while now, so yeah. This is going in. For brows, I still have my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in Taupe and the Essence Micro Precise Eyebrow Pencil in light brown. Still gonna hang on to these for a little while longer. And the Jordana Light Ash Brown. I had these for so long. Brow powder. It is just the best. Not going to talk more about this one because I already have. And the Makeup Maximum Brows Brow Thickening Gel. Now this, I don't like it. I don't like it too much. But I will say I've never really ever liked a brow gel. I've never understood the point of them. So I figured, I've seen on YouTube people talking so much about this e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel thing, volumizing fiber gel, and so I'm gonna use this up, and it's gonna take me a while because I don't like it. I kind of force myself to use them, and then I'm gonna try this one out, and if I don't like this one, which a lot of people do like, brow gels are just not for me. I kind of want to do a video where I talk about makeup items I just don't buy anymore, or don't like anymore, or don't see the point in buying any more of. Something like that. If you guys want to see a video like that, let me know in the comments. I might do one anyways. We'll see. But yeah, I'm not going to pull in this one now, but I'm going to keep this in for a while longer. Alright, I'm quickly going to go through these because I'm going to keep all of them. They are my eyeliners and lip liners. Makeup Mecca Lavendel Patel. It's a weird name. The Pastels eyeliners from Beauty Bay. Some lip liners, not going to change that. I'm going to keep in the Kiko one and the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Lumiere. The Isadora Aquatic. The Gold Digger from Makeup Store. Isadora in Blonde. NYX in Azure. Cherry Culture in Bombshell, the white one. And a liquid liner in Liquid Ink Eyeliner from Essence. And the Kajal Pencil Eyeliner in Teddy from Essence. And then I got the mascara. So this is from Makeup Mecca Bambi Lashes Mascara. But this is starting to dry out. So I think I have maybe like, I don't know, a week or two left out of this one. And then I've been using this sample from Clarins Wonder Perfect Mascara 40. I really like this actually for really natural lashes. Not for big, like fake lash effect, not at all. Not at all, but for natural lashes they're good. So I'm going to keep using that. And also the BFF Volumizing Mascara in Blue Yamine from ColourPop. And I'm going to pull in this new one that hopefully I will start to use in a week or two. The Kix Alluring Curve Lash Curling Mascara. And then the Grande Primer Fortified with Lash Plumping Peptides Lash Primer. And this, I think I'm almost out of this one. I want to use this for one more month, I think, and then I'm gonna declutter. Alright, I think we're just left with lip products. I'm gonna keep in these two lip products. The Rituals Nude Pink. I just mixed this with other darker shades just to highlight. And the Rituals Soothing Lip Care Lip Balm with an SPF of 30. I have this in my project pan, so I better keep it in for another month. And then I'm gonna put these three back into my collection, makeup collection. The Dose of Colors lip gloss in Spill the Deets. I love this lip gloss. It is so beautiful. I probably used this the most out of all the lip products I had this month. It's just a great on-the-go lip product. Loved it. And then the Camilla Peel lip gloss in Baby Pink. I don't love this that much, as much, but it's okay. It's a little bit too light for me. And then the Contour Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Juju number 4. It is what I have on today with this lip gloss on top, and I just think it's too much, too like thick, sticky, gooey. I don't like it. So, but I think this color is beautiful. It is one of my favorite liquid lipsticks, even though I don't really like liquid lipsticks. This is my favorite mainly because of the color and the texture in the finish. The last 3 products that I'm going to pull in to this month's Shop My Stash is the writing has all rubbed off, but it's the ColourPop liquid lipstick in Alyssa. Again, a beautiful shade, very similar to this one actually, just a tad bit lighter, I would say. Even though this is completely ruined, I'm going to show you. Yeah, this is all smashed, but the color is so beautiful, so I still want to use this. That's what it looks like. This is the Makeup Mecca sheer lipstick in, let me just put the lid on, Adore. And I really like this for summer, like a warm peachy pink. Love it. And then I got this new Essence Natural Tint Color and Carrot Lip Balm. I just got this. It is completely new. I've only swatched this, but it's so beautiful. And it just gives like a light tint, it seems like, but I'm really excited to try this out and see if I actually like it. Hopefully I do. And yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!